I don't want to box no more. I want everything out of me where it's no even getting angry. And I have two girls, two daughters.
Hey, what's up? This is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis and the word retirement. Really quick, if you like the videos, please take the time right now, subscribe to the channel. It just takes one click. And also, if you could, please hit the thumbs up button. It does help. It shows love and it supports this channel. So we're going to jump on into this. The word retirement. Gervonta Tank Davis says after his fight with Lamont Roach, he's going to retire. What are my thoughts? I've been seeing a lot of people like, oh, no, he's going to retire. What are my thoughts? These are my thoughts. It's Dana White from the UFC who always says once a guy verbalizes retirement, because, all right, you're thinking about it, and now you're verbalizing it, maybe it's time for you to go. I don't have an issue with Tank leaving. That's not where my gripe is. If you feel, and you know, he said, listen, I need to talk to somebody. Now, if you've been noticing, I pay attention to body language, as you all know now. He doesn't look happy. He looks visibly angry. And he's all by himself. There's no Leonard Ellaby around. There's no Coach Calvin around. There's none of those guys from Baltimore around. And he even said, I came by myself. That in itself is telling. Why did you come by yourself? That's telling. That's really telling. You know, he also mentioned that he has two daughters and he would like to, you know, I guess what he's overall trying to say is I want to be a softer guy for them. I don't want to be so hardened because of my past. And, you know, I know many of you may already know, but he was a child, you know, he was in foster care and bounced around from different place to place. I myself worked in foster care, and I've met many people who had issues due to foster care. I worked there. So, you know, I understand what he's talking about. And I understand the mental anguish that comes with being taken from your parents. I think there's a lot of things in that. I think him not having the Baltimore people around, Coach Calvin in particular, not being there, he's not just his coach, he's like his dad. He's like his dad, he's like his father. Coach Calvin has had that man, this man, 30 years old, this man, since he was like, what, 9, 8, a single digit. And now he's not around. I don't know what all the details are, and I'm certainly not going to speculate. There's a lot of older men who traveled with Tank as well. There's a lot of guys from Baltimore that I didn't see. He didn't look happy. His last fight, he was, you know, very, very playful, and this fight, he's not playful. He's not playful at all. He seems very agitated. And listen, I want to get away with this sport. And this sport is draining. It's physically draining and, you know, exhausts your body. And it's very tough and grueling. But also the demands, you know, like every time somebody wins a fight, before you can make it to the back room, who you fighting next? You know, they got a mic in your face. Who you fighting next? And it's just like, dude, can I at least celebrate this win? And I understand the mental strain that I can leave on somebody. I understand that could just be grueling, and the expectation is high, and you become this cash cow, and you don't even have your original core people around you anymore. There's no more Floyd Mayweather. There's no more Leonard Ellaby, or at least I didn't see Leonard Ellaby. Let me say it like that. I didn't see certain people, but there's no more Coach Calvin around, presumably. I don't see any of the Baltimore guys, you know, his age or older, you know, so yeah, there's a lot of reasons to be stressed. And maybe, I don't necessarily, when I hear fighters say they're going to retire, sometimes, a lot of the times, I don't believe a word they say. I just think they need to get away from the limelight, or, you know, they just, maybe they're tired of training so much and they just want to rest their bodies for a little while. But, you know, without being held to any obligations. So let me use the word retirement so you'll get off my back in the meantime. But I'm not going to say he's not built for this, because clearly when he's on and he's switched on, he can make jokes, and so I will say he's built for this. You've been around Floyd Mayweather long enough; he knows how this rodeo goes. So I will say he's built for this. But I remember it's actually Gervonta Davis who was saying regarding Ryan Garcia, and I quote, "Everything is not mental health. People are just using mental health." That's what he said, and now he's saying he needs to talk to somebody concerning his mental health, and that could just be a scapegoat as well. I just think it's like I need a way out or a release, but I also don't want you people hounding me while I go get the way out and release. Because if I go away for too long, you're going to say I'm ducking somebody or I'm scared of somebody. So if I just use the word retirement, you're going to leave me alone. You're not expecting anything out of me because I'm here, but I'm not really here. So you're going to leave me alone. Okay. All right. Now, here's my gripe for the video. My gripe is this, because I'm not mad that he wants to go and talk to somebody. I think that's great. I also think it's great that he's admitting I could be a better father. I love that. I love for just, sidebar, a young black male realizing he could be a better father. I love that. So I'm not knocking him, and he has full support over here in Fighting Words when he says something like that. I'm not knocking him for that. What I am knocking him for is this. If you want to go, go. I'm not going to hold you here any longer because it is a grueling sport. But this is my gripe. Lamont Roach, you haven't fought anybody, Tank. You haven't fought anybody to farewell with. He is not the farewell guy. He's not the farewell guy. You only realistically fought one person that anybody really cares about on your resume. That's Ryan Garcia. But then you drained him down, so you made him not as tough or competitive as he could have been. I still believe he would have won, but he would have been more competitive had he would have been properly hydrated. That's what I'm saying. Lamont Roach is not the guy where you say farewell with. No, well then fine, fight Devin Haney, fight Teofimo Lopez, fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko's on his way out too. Why don't you both do a farewell song together and make a lot more money? Gervonta Davis and Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko, make a lot of money together. Whatever he's getting from Roach, it's not going to be anything comparison to Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis. Make that fight. Loma's on his way out too, if he hasn't already, silently exited. He's on his way out too. Make that fight. That's a more important fight. That's a bang fight and says, hey, I'm out of here. I made a ton of money tonight. I don't know, just throwing out numbers. I made $10 million tonight. I'm out of here. And I gave you this before I left. I'm out of here. Fight Teofimo Lopez. Fight Devin Haney. I'd love to see you fight Devin Haney. I'd love to see you fight Shakur Stevenson. I'd like to see him fight Keyshawn Davis. Fight one of those guys. Fight somebody actually wants to see you fight. Nobody asked for this fight. Nobody wants this fight. The only person who wants this fight is Lamont Roach and apparently you. Nobody wants this fight. So if there's going to be a gripe for this video, that's my gripe. If you're going to sing your farewell, but sing your farewell song with the right tune. And Lamont Roach is not the tune. Vasily Lomachenko is the tune. Teofimo Lopez, that's the tune. Devin Haney, the tune. Shakur Stevenson, the tune. Keyshawn Davis, who's on a tear right now, the tune. Lamont Roach, wrong tune. Nobody wants to see that fight. I don't want to see that fight. And you're just going to leave a big question mark if this is what you leave with. Was he really that good? Why did he leave so abruptly? Was he scared? How come he didn't take on one of the names in the division? That you're going to leave more questions than answer. You didn't answer anything throughout your whole career. You answered nothing throughout your entire career. You had all these guys calling you out throughout your entire career. And this is the guy you leave with? That's not cool. And I mean, am I going to watch the fight? Yes. But if it's a pay-per-view, will I pay to see that fight? No. That's not what I've been asking for. That's not what I want to see. And I certainly don't think it's going to be that competitive, to be honest with you. So no, I don't want to see that fight. That's not what I've asked for the last few years, 2-3 years. And if this is your lullaby, well, you've already sung me to sleep. Drop your thoughts down below.